Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to a Universes Academy podcast. Deck profile. Yeah, I haven't done one of these in a while. I am very rusty. So tonight, or this afternoon, or whenever you're watching this video, I am going to talk about my boy, my heart of hearts, All Might 3. Oh, there's the camera right there. Camera right there. I'm looking at that one. Right there. So All Might 3. Going into the HLC, I've been trying a bunch of different stuff, and who doesn't like drawing a million cards? That's the reason why I played Kirishima at Nationals, is because he drew a million cards and just attacked really efficiently. Now going into the HLC, where everything's in the air and all that fun stuff, it's just, why not draw more cards with All Might? It's just, the dude has not steered me wrong. It's been very, very fun getting back into it with him, learning a new symbol, actually, just totally with All Might. I moved off of good. I still have a good version, but I am playing the all version. This is the all version deck profile. I will do a good version profile sooner or later, hopefully within the next few days, and then we'll get that out to you guys. Last time I did a deck profile like this, I ended up winning the provisional that weekend. Like, I literally filmed the video, sent it off to the editors, and end up winning the provisional. And then Ryan had to do a bunch of graphics and stuff like that, you know, certified good and all that fun stuff. So not gonna lie, it would be super fucking awesome if I won the HLC with All Might 3, but it's nice to be home again, in a way. So let's get into the deck, everybody. Stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna. Everyone knows what All Might 3 does. He draws cards. He pumps stats. You can't go wrong with drawing 2 to 4 extra cards a turn, depending on your card effects. And he gets stats based on cards in your opponent's hand. And we have some cool new cards in set 3 that allow us to fill our opponent's hand. They keep their hand full. Yeah, usually we don't want to give our opponents cards, but we're just going to keep filtering cards into their hands so we can keep punching them in the face. That's the whole plan. So we're going to start off with the bread and butter of the deck. We're going to start off with Bert and Ernie. Right here we got Ernie. Here we got Bert. Everyone knows what these guys do. Everyone wanted these guys before Nationals. We're looking at speed and then damage. So, and they crisscross effects, kind of, when you have them both in the pool. The real cream of the top, the sauce, if you will, is you draw cards off of Bert, you unflip foundations off of Ernie. So Bert allows us to give us more attacks, more cards in hand, because we want to keep up that hand economy. That's something that's always been talked about in the My Hero format. No matter what set it was, it's always about hand economy, keeping your hand size up, because you don't want to be either pants with no blocks, or you don't want to run out of attacks. This little dude has a sick combo with a card we'll talk about later, that allows us just to, here, have another, here, have another, here, have another, and we just keep pounding our opponent, and we keep smashing and pounding and smashing. Next piece of tech, not really tech, but I wanted a low block. I wanted a low block. This has a low block. See? A low block. Come on, focus. Woo. It has a low block. I like having a block spread equal across the board on my attacks. I like having some highs, I like having some mids, I like having some lows. This gives us that low. It has some pretty neat effects. We get to pick any 2 cards from our discard pile and put them at the bottom of our deck. We're only playing 56 cards, so we're going to end up cycling at least once before we die or they die. Hopefully they die. Where we can put 2 5s at the bottom. We can put an attack and a 5 at the bottom. Just so we know what's coming later in the game, because when you get down to the nitty gritty and you're playing some sweaty matches and you are counting all the attacks in your deck to figure out, well, what's that last card? With this card, you know what the last 2 cards are. And then you randomly can get 4 damage, 0 to 4 damage on this attack by removing the top card of your opponent's deck from the game. There's only like 2 or 3 zeros I think. Don't quote me. Um, in the game. So you're always looking at base 4 mid 4. All Might stats makes it a little beefier. Sometimes you randomly get that floating around your babies or challenging the fakes for that sick +4 damage where you're just like, oh, I'm just going to give this speed, and then you just bop your opponent, and it's really hilarious when that happens. Plus, it's a Tetsu card, so it's pretty sweet. We got 3 Texas Smashes. It's an awesome bridge card. Gives us damage, gives us next attack damage. Has a sick +1 mid. We're going to have extra cards in hands because we're going to draw so many cards with this deck. So we can pitch dead cards, foundations. Maybe we have some 5 diffs we're not going to play because we're looking to kill our opponent. One of the great lead-ins in the deck. We call this Back Alley's British cousin, British Swagger. We get to draw a card if it's the first card in our card pool, which is sick because we love drawing cards. And then it also has a cool bottom enhance. If you've drawn 2 or more cards this combat phase, this tech gains stun too. Guess what All Might does? He draws 2 cards. So as long as we draw with All Might, we get that stun too. It's free real estate, as the kids say. So we lead this, maybe smash, maybe Bert and Ernie. Usually if we lead with this, we're hitting with something later because no one wants to deal with this. Plus it's usually base 5, 6 mid 6 with All Might. So again, it's a mid. It's the worst thing about it. And one of my favorite, if not my favorite card in set 3, Hardened Uppercut. This card is a sleeper. +0 high, 3 low 5. Has EX2 because we're going to have so much momentum from pounding on our opponent or using cool snap momentum effects. Also, it gives us some little bit of defense. We don't play a lot of defense in this deck. There is some, but it's a little bit. And then we also get an extra +4 damage for, sacking 2 face down foundations that we use to pass checks. Not that bad. It's pretty value. I think the worst part on this card, it's a 5 diff. Because if it was a 4 diff, it would probably be an ultra rare. To the action slots, we play 3. We got 2 Capture Evildoers, and we got 1 Nullify. Yes, kids, I'm not choking. 1 Nullify. Capture Evildoers needs no explanation. Snap Momentum, card pool clear. It's been a staple of All Might 3 probably since, forever. Nullify here, this is the oh shit button. We don't play a lot of defense, so we need to have that oh shit button ready for the Dark Shadow Ruin enhance that makes all actions not count towards progressive, a Staff Strike enhance, mind you, a Home Run Comet Powerful enhance. There's other good ones, I think. Yeah. Frigid Heat Wave, the draw, 5% full Callings, discard your hand. Nullify. Oh, cool. Sick nerd. Thanks for getting rid of all your cards. You don't get to draw anymore. That's pretty sweet. And I can randomly hit a character too if you have 2 momentum. So it's not a bad card. Actually, I think more people are going to play this card when they realize how good it is. Again, it's a 3 diff, which is kind of poopy because Revoke, which is what the card's kind of based off of in standard, was a 0/5. But it was a non-block, so, +4 is not the best block, but at least it's something. Going to the 0 diffs. It can't be fixed. Doesn't need no explanation. +0 high, stun hate. And then with All Might, we love to pump speed early game and early string just so we can make things hit, make them tax their resources. So we need a way to get damage. This allows us to give damage. Gives us some damage on board by removing some cards just for +1. 1 can go a long way. It turns 5 into a 6, 4 into a 5, and then on average you only need to hit them 4 or 5 times anyways, and then they just die. So yeah, it's a good card. Now my favorite card with All Might 3. Chivalrous Competitor says flip. Both players draw a card. So what I hear with All Might is, thanks, I'm going to give you this card so I can hit you in the face easier. It just filters in cards to our opponent. Normally we don't want to give our opponent's cards. It's a bad idea, but what are they going to do? Fail block? Sure, that's cool. They're going to have to block with cards, they're going to just keep cards in their hand because one of the strategies with against All Might is just you get rid of your cards and go down to 2 or 1, and then you have like a passing the torch or a way to draw cards on board. But that with Ernie says that we get to replay this foundation. We get to reuse that ability multiple times in a combat phase over a turn. There's been times where I've played like 1 or 2 of these cards and gave my opponent 3 cards, 4 cards, and then they're just like, "What am I supposed to do?" I guess fail block, but yeah. But still, though, like you're just pressuring them over and over, and that was the big thing with versus the good deck. The all version just seems more aggressive and more potent, like attack string wise. Like the attacks matter more. Where good, you are like your back alley haymakers, your jabs. It just seems like it's a lot more of like utility pieces, and like no real like. I guess like wind up punch is now like a home run hit because that's powerful 3 on it. Your Texas smashes, into other things is how you kill people. But with the all version, every attack just seems like it just gives itself stats, and there's ways to just, I don't know, like make the attacks just better overall. The attacks just seem better. But yeah, with this card here, you do have a little bit of board control defense. But the real thing is though, you just keep flipping that card to give your opponents cards on your turn. Man, we just take that. We're just like we'll get +2, +3, +4, and it's just awesome. It just will wreck people. Now we get into some neat pieces. We got 3 snack time. We're gonna have a bunch of cards in our hands that we don't need. Like foundations, we want attacks. So we're going to turn those foundations into speed by giving our attack stun 1 and speed 1. 1 speed, I should say. Because stun is pseudo speed, and then it's just as good. I don't know if it's as good as getting stun 2 across a bunch of attacks like in the good version, but in the all version, this gives us some much needed stats for the cost of a card that we're not going to play anyways because we're looking to kill our opponent. And it has a sick deadlock that we get to draw a card by flipping another foundation. We'd love to know what the top card of our deck is. So we play 4 destined for mainstream success. I'm pretty sure Tim is going to bot me with the newspaper blob. For saying this, I don't think this card's ever going to be taken out of decks. I think if you're on these symbols, you play 4 of it. Maybe 3 at most, at least. Knowing the top of your deck, what you're going to check, or getting an attack into your hand and getting that bad check off the top of your deck is actually better than not knowing, obviously. Yeah, that's just Captain Obvious stuff. But I don't ever see this card going out of style. Like, I don't think it's ever going to be bad. I don't think it's ever going to be taken out if you're on those symbols. And then it's a crime if you don't play this with All Might 3. If you don't have this in your All Might 3 deck, if it's on air, that's okay. But if it's on good or all, you need to be playing at least 2 of this. It sets up your draw. Why not? Your momentum is just sitting there. Sure, if you have a capture evildoers plan, but if you need to draw more attacks, you stack that attack, you draw that attack, you play that attack, you kill with that attack. It's a way to just recycle your momentum by not using like a momentum effect. Another cool card out of set 3 that is just basically good for All Might, like it is for everyone else who can draw. Talented Baker. Get speed for drawing cards. What does All Might do? He draws cards every turn. What does this do? Hey, you draw cards, you get a speed. You get a speed. You get a speed. You get a speed. So it's pretty sick. So like you can use these, pump your speed, and concentrate damage on All Might. Or you can just make your attack super duper fast and just hit him with base, 4, 5, 6 stuff. So now I said that the deck doesn't play a lot of defense. So we're going to talk about the defense. We play 4 specialists to sound and 2 unexpected hero. This needs no introduction, so we're just put this away. We play 4 of that. Yep. This is a try it and see how it goes card. River Cook gave me the idea. They said that, hey, you should try this out. It allows you to block stuff easier, or if your opponent gets rid of cards in their hand, you can just make your stuff super duper slow, but hit really, really hard. So, and there are a couple discard costs in the game, like Snack Time, Texas Smash, things like that. So we can draw cards if we need to. Not that we need to, because we're going to draw tons of cards anyways. The 3 diffs are short and sweet. Pull the Punches, Momentum Gen, Deadlock Hate, and we got Reward the Victor. It's pretty cool to flip, clear our card pool, guarantee a 5, and then if we play Hardened Barrage hit, we can unflip. It's just too bad the timing doesn't work, that we can't clear the Hardened Barrage at the same time. But we're able to keep our card pool clean and check 5s, which is never a bad thing. The deck is smaller than normal. Than I usually play all my decks like 60, 61, 62. This is a 56 card deck. It is a little faster. It is a little trimmer. The good version is the good version I've built. The new set 3 version, I should say, is also the same amount of cards. There's a couple tweaks I want to do to that. I need to take out some cards before I do a deck profile. So we'll go to the sideboard. We got one Hardened Uppercut. Card is Boss. Blocks well, hits hard. That's all we want. We got 2 You're So Obvious, speed and damage reset. 2 more Nullify, which is fantastic. So if you're playing against like a bird or someone that has a lot of enhances that really matter to them, side an extra 1 in. You can side out the Capture Evildoers and see them weep. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. We got 3 to the rescue because we have to find a way to beat Momo. And I think other than trying to aggro her out turn 2 and 3, we have to seal rescue completed or release or her dumb face foundation. Just to be able to win. It's a high cost for remove, but it's the only thing we got. Because we're not playing stun. So we're not playing a full stun package, I should say, which the good version can. A good version probably still plays this a bit. Probably in the side. But yeah, it has the stun to rely on. And then we got 2 copies of Plus Ultra because that's never a bad thing. Block on a 5 or double your damage or speed and enhanced. You know, like making anything double damage after a Texas Smash is pretty sick. So that's all I got for that. Hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll have the good version out. Not going to lie, hopefully this is a prophecy fulfilled and I win the HLC. That would be sick. But I don't know about that right now. Like I said, thanks again, guys, for the great year. Hopefully we see you at the HLC. Like, comment, subscribe for more stuff from Universes Academy. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Let me know down below if I'm right, I'm wrong, I'm stupid. Bot me with a blob paper or whatever. But yeah, this is like my boy, and I'm glad that I may be considering taking him to the HLC, and so we'll see what happens. So again, Happy New Year. Thanks for everything, everyone, for this fantastic year we've had, and hope to see you in the next video.